0Z, which is the 18 plus, which in the U.S. would be an AO rating, which basically is a death sentence.
Wow.
Adults only. Yep.
Yeah, adults only. Basically, for game content, for game release, is basically a death sentence because no retailer will sell it on stores. So the DLC would be rated that, so they cut that content in order to get the game onto store shelves. But if you
Wow.
pre-order the game in Japan, you will get that DLC. Now here overseas in the States, we get the uncensored version, so that should be interesting to see. But again, this is going to be the return to form, hopefully to the old school style survival horror, like the old school Resident Evils. But again, this is basically kind of a make or break for him. He's saying, we're going to try it, see if it works.
Why not?
It's going to be very gory. No lie, the special edition version of the game does come with its own barf bag. I kid you not.
Ah!
Yeah.
Brilliant!
That's crazy.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Next up, we just found out information on Hearthstone's upcoming expansion, The Curse of Naxxramas, based on the World of Warcraft raid instance. They originally were going to tell us information this on July 1st, but it took a while for them to finally get around to it. Looking at Naxxramas, there's going to be about 5 wings that you can take on. In the first month, the first wing will be available for free, but all wings individually will be at money cost, $6.99 each, with a bundle cost for all 5 wings for $24.99 for all 5. Yeah, if you want to spend real money, if you want to, there's also a in-game currency cost. You can spend 700 gold to buy each wing of it. So if you basically get in on the first one, you get that first wing free, and then pay the 700 gold for the remaining 4. I'd recommend getting there quickly, and it doesn't take that long to really farm gold. You can get about 100 gold within a day of just playing Hearthstone. But if you want to play more competitive, 700 is not that much to get. So, But if you want to drop the money, go right ahead. I wouldn't recommend buying the 24 bundle right off the bat for all 5 because you're going to get the first one for free. So wait a little bit. If you're looking to just spend it immediately, just buy the other bundles that they have down the road. So, but do note that But do note that if you do buy it, you're not going to get all the wings at once. They're still going to be released on a week-to-week basis. So 1 week they'll release the 1 wing, week following they'll release the second wing and open it up over time. So, and also we did find out from Gearbox, the guys behind the Borderlands series, that their upcoming next game, Battleborn, was shown off with an interesting trailer. Randy Pitchford, the president of Gearbox, was describing it on Twitter as, and I quote, a first-person shooter, hobby-grade co-op campaign, gender-blended, multi-mode, competitive esports, meta growth, choice, plus epic game. To which all we said, what the heck does that actually mean, Randy? So basically, by the looks of it, it looks to be like a cooperative, almost MOBA, I want to say, because almost slight horde mode style game with a very interesting cartoonish looking graphic style. I would say more like lanky kind of characters where they have kind of elongated limbs, I would say. Interesting look. Definitely, these are the guys who made Borderlands, so you can see a little bit more of a stretch goal with it. Now, do in mind that the next Borderlands, the pre-sequel, is not being made by Gearbox. That's by 2K North, if I'm not mistaken. They're making that game, so we'll see how that comes out this fall and look to see how Battleborn is the future. And on to my last thing of the night. We have as I know I've quoted this a couple times during the show, the DOTA 2 International is going on right now in Seattle, Washington, as the top players of Dota 2 go head-to-head in basically the biggest tournament known to mankind in terms of Dota 2, with the prize pool of, and I quote, $10.6 million prize pool, with the first place standing taking home a whopping $4.8 million, second place $1.4 million, and third place just a $1 million off the bat.
I need to start playing this damn game. Holy crap.
Really?
Yeah, you can, and they're streaming the competition right now live via Twitch over on the website itself of Dota 2 International, and also through the Dota 2 game client through Steam. Do keep in mind, Dota 2 is a free-to-play game. It is a very complicated Dota game, but right now we've gotten some very interesting notes. Let me see if I can get the current standings right now, with VG and IG in the lead right now. VG has a 6-1 lead. IG is now 5-2. Titans 5-2. Team Liquid, the wild card spot, actually is now at 5-2. Currently, they're kind of a Cinderella story coming out of the U.S. So I'm actually looking to those guys and see if these guys will make it all the way, because they started out very strong, actually taking over MVP in the wild card seed spot, and knocking out South Koreans' basically presence in the tournament. So they're going up some really strong competition, and coming out 5-2 right now. Still got to go up against a total of 16 games, and they've got 5 wins and 2 losses. Still strong to start out with. Team DK at 5-3, Evil Genius at 5-3 again. Na'Vi, of course, the usual one with Dendi that everybody knows is on there. They're at 4-3 right now. Not really showing. I mean, still kind of strong, but at the same time, you expect a little bit more out of them. Though Na'Vi US, their US version of it, is at 4-3 as well. But there seem to be a little bit stronger showing, especially in team fights and other games like that. Newbie is at 4-4. Cloud9 is at 4-4. Cloud9 was doing great, especially on the first day. They kind of slacked off a little bit on the second day, so you see them kind of move back. Yeah. Alliance is at 3-4. Fnatic, which a lot of people were hoping these guys would be a little bit higher, unfortunately, is at 3-5. Empire at 2-5. Mouse Sports at 2-6, and unfortunately, Aero Gaming is at 0-8. So I would not put any money down on Aero at the moment. So
they go.
Yeah. So again, as this is just the second phase of the tournament. So as the second phase goes, each team plays another one once. Then from there, they go down to the 10 teams, where the top 2 immediately advance to the upper bracket, where the next middle 8 then advance into phase 3, where they face off in the playoff brackets, and the bottom 6 are immediately eliminated. So this will go over the next 4 days. So let's see. Phase 3 will last from 13th to the 14th. Then the upper bracket will take place on the 18th. Part of the lower bracket plus the All-Star game will be on the 19th. Lower bracket to finish up on the 20th. And then the grand finals on the 21st. So look to see how that turns out. Again, you can catch all the replay casts on twitch.tv. Especially look for Dota, because that's pretty much what's all streaming right now through there. And also check out the Dota 2 website, and also check out if you want to watch it through the game client, because you can actually get some in-game items too, and especially check to see if you got your predictions right through the compendium in-game item that you got. So check it out. Dota 2, really crazy events, especially seeing, I think it was Team Liquid the one time when they snagging a Aegis of Immortal from, I can't remember, I think it was when they were facing off against MVP in that seeded match, where they had one of their guys move in straight for Roshan, which is just basically a giant dragon in the middle that drops a instant revive item. Got in there, stunned the entire team, nabbed the item, and then had the rest of the team come in, stun him again, and and just wipe the entire team and rush straight to the base. It was amazing, especially in the finals. And that was just game 1. Game 2, they just absolutely swept MVP. So do keep up. It's the best thing about Dota 2. It's kind of like soccer and football meets together in esports competition. But the sad thing is, it's a very complicated game, and you have no idea what's going on. So you'll be sitting there and be like, okay, something's going on, and then shouting happens, and you're just like, oh, it's something big. So Dota 2 International 4, it's going on right now. Definitely check it out. Awesome. And I'm done. I'm out. And then let's move on to actual sports. So, James, how about that?
This man and his segues.
I was hoping he would go to you because I'm just ready.
I come off the top of my head. What can I say?
That was good. He's learning, James.
Yeah, it's
like when your son goes to strip club for the first time. It's like, and he puts the $1 bill on the stage just right. Or sometimes he just folds it and he just puts it by his face. He's like, you know what? My son's going places.
Crumples it's like,
I have nothing more to teach you, son.
Yeah. Just wave it
the old block.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Here's a 20.
Yeah.
So. Actually, I kind of go with a bit of almost business-esque news from the sports world first.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know there's got to be some people out there who listen to our wonderful show and check out all our stuff at thebanteringbows.com.
Thank you.
That actually do partake of professional wrestling. Now, when I'm bored or I have had one too many, then yes, I myself as well on a Monday night will actually sit down and watch a little bit of that time to time, mainly the Divas. And WWE's new big thing is the WWE Network. Live streaming service. You can access any single pay-per-view off of ECW, WCW, or WWE since their inceptions, which I think is pretty cool. You can actually go back to watch some of the people you actually enjoyed watching compared to the crap they have now.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chill out with the Macho Man and Sting and all those other guys and everything. Enjoy yourselves. I can't believe Sting's still wrestling and he's 60 years old. That's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
It's kind of like the Offspring. They're still playing OC Punk and they're like almost 50. It's kind of scary.
I'll still listen to him.
Yeah, I will too. They still rock.
Yeah.
But
Bad habit.
over
It
the
ain't going away.
Yeah.
over the last few weeks, though, I've been noticing a lot of superstars have been inexplicably released from their contracts lately, and I got to doing some digging around because there were some kind of higher profile names, at least with this youth movement of wrestling. So I got to looking around, and apparently the WWE Network has so much money invested in it and has done so incredibly bad that Vince McMahon lost a third of his fortune in one day. Whew. There's
Wait for it. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead.
there we go. That the bottom just.
Let's be honest. There's
fell
no
out.
loss in that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God.
I mean, I gotta kind of think though. I mean, the man's got to be worth at least quite a few $1 billion at this point.
He's got that. He's got a movie production company.
Yeah, I mean, a third of that, you're probably still sitting on at least $1 billion easy.
True, yeah.
Not too sad for him, but
you're a good well off. Let's be honest.
I mean, merchandising alone should have made that up at least in the last month, so I think it'll be fine.
A couple Monday Night Raws, and he'll be okay.
But
Sure.
there actually is talk of more contracts to actually be terminated, and this may actually be a few of the even more relevant stars. Let's say, I don't know if any names ring a bell, but of course it's not going to be John Cena. I think he's the only person people watch nowadays.
I guess that's the only name I know of or heard of.
A lot more contracts look like they could be on their way out. So I just kind of thought that was interesting to pass along.
Do you know any of the other names of anybody?
Let's see. CM Punk.
I've heard of that one.
He was kind of I don't know why he's gone, but apparently with all these contracts to be let go, it sounds as though they're going to try to take all the money for these other stars and give it to him so he'll come back. Some reason Triple H is still involved somewhat. Yeah, although it's more kind of as a heel character. Like, you remember how Vince and Stone Cold used to battle all the time back in the day?
Yeah.
They've got it now where he battles with everybody else in the same kind of way.
Yeah.
So it's Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, pretty much. Dictator incarnate, apparently. But, so
Try
needless...
the veal.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay.
But,
Chicken parm.
okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting to pass around. It just, anybody out there likes it.
What do you think he's going to do because of this network failing? Is it safe to say it's failing?
I got it right now.
Okay.
Tough Enough season 2 on MTV. It's coming back.
They actually just launched that on USA like 2 years ago. Dead serious too. They got one full season out of it, and then it's just kind of like the profits off the network. But I don't know, because it's gotten to a point like I hadn't signed up for the subscription because it was something ridiculous like $65 for 6 months up front. But that also paid for every one of the pay-per-views for those months.
It was only for 6 months, yeah.
So I don't know if maybe the setup was bad, but so they've been offering 1 week free trials with no credit card needed or anything. So basically trying to say, come on, the product will speak for itself.
Yeah.
Instead of doing what most companies would do, no, we need that credit card because you're not going to check after that week is up, and then we can bill you for those 6 months.
Yeah.
So, of course, I signed up just for the 1 week because I know I'm not going to get charged for it or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can come back from this one. It's
bad
too
marketing.
much, I think. Why didn't he just
much.
do... Well, wasn't there like a WWE channel by any chance, or no?
No,
there wasn't. Why didn't he just do
Cable
something like that?
that would have made entirely too much sense. And actually, if you think about it probably would have cut a lot of like the streaming costs and like data
Hossein
transfer and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, you figure when he was competing with Ted Turner for WCW, it was kind of a Ted Turner had TNT. That's where his wrestling was. That's where everything was.
Right.
And now it's, hi, Vince, I'm going online because that makes me better. No.
No.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking. I don't know why I keep thinking this in my mind. Golf Channel. If they were to create a golf, something like this or whatever, really, who is going to watch that?